Americana only Pop Rock Radio. Estás escuchando Jamie Roxx de Pop Rock Radio. Manténganse al tanto.
Hej, det här är Hits från Sverige och vi lyssnar till Pop Rock Radio med Jamie Roxx.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This is the Pop Roxx Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, pop art painter Jamie Roxx. I'm so glad you found the show, man. I'm so glad you found it. There's a lot of podcasts out there. One of it was probably easy because everybody wants to tune in and then watch and listen to the show. This is the video side of things that we're doing right here. When we have our guest, she's been on the show a few times and she's always a big hit. I just love her to death. She's super talented singer-songwriter and one of my favorites in the Americana country vein. And she's just cool, turned up to 10. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Mrs. Pam Ross. How are you, Pam?
I'm doing well. Good to be back.
That's nice. I like your shirt. That's a fantastic shirt. For those listening to the audio version of this, Pam's shirt today says, life goal, pet all the dogs. Yeah, that's a good life goal. That's a good one. Pam, like myself, we're both big dog fans. And I'm telling you, that's kind of how I'm to the age where that's how I judge people. I try not to judge anybody, but if dogs hate you, there's usually a reason. I have found in my experience. I don't know.
One of my cats is going to join us.
Oh, I have a cat as well. It's a long-haired Siamese cat, it looks like.
She's a Himalayan. This is Jungle
Himalayan.
Cat.
Nice. Look at that. That's a fancy cat. Wow. Wow. You got to feed her fancy feast or something. I don't know. Raw salmon or something. That's a fancy looking cat, man. Anyhow, she's beautiful. Beautiful. So, Pam, one of the interesting things is I was looking at I don't know if you go on Facebook that much, but when I go on mine, the little memory thing pops up and it's like, here's what you were doing a year ago. And one of the things was, you were going to be on the show a year ago. But I said, wow, look at that.
A year already.
A year already. I couldn't believe it. I'm telling you, it keeps getting faster, folks. It keeps getting faster. It's crazy. Crazy. But you've been a busy lady. And that's one of the things I love, folks, about Pam is her work ethic. She's always doing something. She's always got some irons in the fire. And we have links up and everything, and I'll show some links here. But if you follow her social media, like her Instagram and Facebook and stuff, you can see all this stuff. And so much, she really does a lot of these benefit concerts where she's helping out. She's carrying water for good causes. And that's a good thing. In addition to all that, live playing and whatnot, last time you were on, you had just had surgery on your ankle and were kind of hobbling around, but you got that sorted, you said, before we came on the
that's
air.
behind me. I'm all good.
That's good. There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than something that slows you down, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
But you recorded and have a new single out, and it's fantastic. Why don't you tell us about it?
Thank you. The single is called Doublewide, and it's a country rock infused song about the overzealous emotions we all get swept up in whenever we first fall in love. So it's a high energy, fun song. And there's also a video to it that you can check out on YouTube, Pam Ross Music.
Nice. It's a great video. Shot, it looks in a trailer park somewhere.
Was.
One of the things that I adore about trailer parks is the interesting people you meet in them. Everybody's got a story. Everybody has a look. And for somebody like me, I fit right in with that crowd. You know what I mean? I'm like the prodigal son or something, it seems. I always have a good time with those folks. And it looks like you were as well.
Yeah, we had a good time. It was a lot of fun.
Was it an easy shoot? Did the video take days upon days to film?
Oh, no, it didn't take days. It took one day we got there at 11 when you got your setting up and stuff. I'd say from like noon until 5.
Oh, that's great.
The actual filming.
That's fantastic.
So it didn't take too long.
No, did you
think
know
about how long some video?
whose trailer that was? Did you know pardon me, whose manufactured home that
I did. I know him now. He actually has a little cameo in the video, but the people who helped me make it, Evelyn Putnam and Rob Underhill, they found the characters. Evelyn kind of puts out a casting call.
Okay.
And I tell her what I'm looking for, and she puts out the casting call and kind of go from there. And we're looking for a trailer park, obviously. And she found that one, and the guy was nice enough to let us use his trailer. And
Yeah.
so it worked out well.
The house is famous now. You know what I mean? How cool is that? Probably showing everybody that video. They're like, yes, we've seen the video. Come on.
We've seen it. Thanks.
Come on. No, but you always have great videos. I was curious about, here, you know what? Through the magic of television or video, they used to say that when I was a kid, the magic of television. When these cooking shows, they would take whatever they were cooking and then they would put it down below
they put it in the oven, and when they come back from a commercial, a turkey cooked or something.
Exactly. We're going to do that. I'm going to hold my coffee cup. You didn't fray here. And yes, folks, I realize it's not the Danny coffee. It was a couple episodes ago. My wife got me this 55-gallon drum mug that holds half a pot of coffee. And she's like, I figure when you have one cup, the show should be pretty much wrapped up. And it's I'm like, I have an expensive little timer thing here, sweetie, but thank you. Anyhow, we're going to hold this up with this hand, and here's the magic of television. We're going to play the video Doublewide by Pam Ross. Yes. Available. You can watch this anytime over on YouTube. Pam Ross Music.
I'm out dancing on a hot tin roof. Everything's been different since I met you. Now I'm making changes to plans I had, and staying in on Friday don't seem so bad. I'm sending smoke signals far and wide, right, I love you across the sky. You light me up like a Roman candle, and I can't hide what's inside. You and me got a love so hot, we're gonna burn this Doublewide down. Ever since you took my hand, folks see flames for miles around. We're lighting up the sky at night, the talk's all over town. You and me got a love so hot, we're gonna burn this Doublewide down. Sparks get to flying when I see you. February starts feeling like June. Just one kiss, and there we go. Our hearts beat faster till they explode. When you hold me in your arms at night, I see fireworks in the sky. The thermostat in my heart heats up like the summer sun in July. You and me got a love so hot, we're gonna burn this Doublewide down. Ever since you took my hand, folks see flames for miles around. We're lighting up the sky at night, the talk's all over town. You and me got a love so hot, we're gonna burn this Doublewide down. Close.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing. The cup didn't even move. It was fantastic. We are fancy these days, Pam. We are fancy these days.
Yep.
I'm telling you, I even have a producer here. Her name's Mei Ling. She's over there in her office. That's on my dog. She sits in the kennel quietly during the show. She's learned. But no, I wanted to ask you, because this is you've always consistently put out really good videos. And they're well thought out. They're enjoyable to watch. And it adds that they never detract from the track. If that makes sense. They never take away from the track.
Mhm.
I enjoy watching them. Even if I have my own video and I hear one of your pieces of music already in my head, it's fun to watch the video that you've come up with, or your team or whomever. But I was curious, how much, I mean, I know you're pretty professional on this stuff, and there's other people involved usually in different aspects of what you do at Pam Ross Music. Do you just kind of give the track to a music video person, director, well, I don't know what they're called, but a videographer, and say, well, here's the track. What are your ideas? Or do you usually have a pretty good idea yourself?
No, I come up with it all. I mean, like line for line. I have to sit there and I see it in my head. And so what I'll do is it takes time, put on the track, and like from the time the song starts at 0.0 to like 0.04, 4 seconds. I see this happening. And I type out picture of, it's going to be me sitting by a kiddie pool with someone filling up with water. 0.05 to point. So each second of the video has to be scripted out. What's going to be happening?
Nice.
So I just get the idea in my head, and then I listen to the song and start thinking, where do I want this? And it takes some time. Like, it's one thing when you see it in your head, just kind of rolling through. 3 minutes of the song's over. But when you have to sit down and make something up for every single second, each moment has to be
a lot of
scripted out.
seconds in a track. That's amazing.
It's a lot of seconds, yeah. And it's so how I do it. Yeah, I'll just
That's why they
and
look
then
so
I
good, folks.
sing a song and I kind of read it. I try to read it as the song's playing along and see how it fits. And
Any new bands or musicians or whatnot out there that want to be Pam Ross, that want to be where Pam Ross is at, doing all this stuff, filming videos and playing concerts and all kinds of stuff, living life, going to the beach with her dog. Listen, that's what I love about doing these podcasts. And I have these really cool guests on that are doing something and usually doing it real well. And I know I'm an old man or whatnot, but here's one of the things. Let me tell you, I'm a painter. That's my day job. When I go to a gallery or an art show or a museum or something, my wife makes fun of me. She's like, you're like the Terminator. You go from each painting and like you're scanning it. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Because I'm figuring out how they did that or how they did that. And because I want those tools in my toolbox, because you never know.
Sure.
I might want to do something like not that painting, but that part of it.
yeah, that's a cool technique. I want to try that technique.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm there. And so I might as well do it. But I tell everybody, I tell people I know in indie film, I'm like, get the Blu-ray, because they always have that director's thing at the very end that none of us civilians ever watch because they're kind of dull. But to a filmmaker, that's like, you have a free course and a free telling you everything they did. Okay, well, we did this way and we got the light to go this way. Take advantage of that stuff, folks. You're silly if you don't, is all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. Pam, somebody successful like Pam, you look at our website, which there's a link right there. And
Rossmusic.com.
That's right. That's right. PamRossmusic.com. It's a fantastic website. Fantastic website. It's cool. It's artsy. It's interesting, but it's not cluttered and it's easy to navigate. And I know so many people, Pam, that have websites, because I know a bunch of artsy weirdos and stuff. And they're like, oh, did you listen to the track? And I'm like, no, man, I couldn't find the track. They're like, well, you got to give the banana to the monkey that's in the tree behind the building. And I'm like, no, I don't got time for that. I just want to hear the track, man.
You know, I have ADHD and I try to think if I went to a website, how would I want it to work? Very quick, very easy. That's
like
and
going
that's
to
the way
Target.
I try to make it. You want to see photos? Boom. You want to listen to music? Here. You want to see where I'm going to be playing? Click here.
I'm telling you, man, it's
very simple. And,
I'll tell you something else
you know,
that, and this is not, I'm not throwing, as my wife would say, she's a millennial. I'm not throwing shade at anybody. I'm saying learn from people who are doing something successful. If you go to PamRossMusic.com and you look at her logo, simple, easy. That looks great on a shirt, on merch, or a CD cover or something. Now, I know so many, and this is so many rock people I know. They're like, well, we need a logo that has a knight fighting a dragon, and there's a tower, and there's a princess in the tower, and the wind is blowing.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then there's a graveyard. And I'm like, when you reduce that down to a fly, it's just a little blob. Nobody can make out any of those details. So you're known as the blob metal band at that point, which, hey, if that's what you're going for, you know, that's cool, but doesn't sound like you are. So learn from people that are doing things well. That's my advice. And Pam's one of those people. And it doesn't matter what genre. Well, I don't really dig country rock or whatever. Well, you're stupid
people
because
want things simple, especially in this day and age. Everyone's attention span has gone to its, and not that I think overall we ever had really great attention spans, but it's bad now. So people want it simplistic.
Absolutely.
They don't want things complicated. Excuse me while I put my cat down.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah, they don't want things complicated. They don't want a maze to go through. They want something that's going to stick in their head.
Mm-hmm.
So take a lesson from the Stones. A picture of a tongue.
Yeah, there you go.
Every time that you know it's the Rolling Stones.
Absolutely. That was the best money they ever spent.
It's so simple.
Oh, man.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
I tried to keep things simple like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want people to have to navigate. Like all my websites, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or my music website, it's all Pam Ross. I'm not using different names and all these things. It's just one name, put it in there and you'll be able to find anything. So I just try to keep it really simple.
Absolutely. And that's what you got to do. And I know I'm going to get emails. People are going to say, well, where's JamieRoxx.com? It is available now. And I used to own it many years ago. And this is in my single wolfing around days. I was living on the West Coast. I decided to go to San Francisco for the weekend and have fun. And unbeknownst to me, it had lapsed. And in those days, they didn't give you a grace period. Now I think it's a 30-day grace period. You can re-up or whatever. Couldn't do it in those days. Somebody bought it out from underneath me and then tried to sell it back to me for like $5,000. And I'm like, you have me confused, sir.
That's sad.
That's where JamieRoxx.us.
But I think we're going to.
Yeah. And I would hear from this guy every couple of years, he would message me. Well, and the price kept going down. And now it's just available. If somebody wants to get it, they can get it. I'm not doing it because it's been 15 years and I've already got a brand built and I'd have to change my stationery. I'm lazy. I don't care. It's working great the way it is. But
keep it what you got.
Pam is right. Put your name on everything. Title so it's easy. And your graphics people will love you for that too when they're doing flyers or whatever, because it's easy to do and it doesn't take up a bunch of room of limited space. And that can be an issue. People are like, well, what are you talking about? Well, like I was mentioning, Pam does all these group shows and whatnot, benefit shows where there's several musicians playing and whatnot. And the flyer is this big and everybody needs a spot on them. So it's limited to what can go on there.
Yeah.
So these things happen. And that, ladies and gentlemen, we all think rock and roll and everything is super glamorous. That's a Tuesday morning. That's things Pam has to deal with on Tuesday morning. Being a professional musician, it's how it is. Got to keep that hustle going. Got to keep that hustle. Now you have a couple of, we're going to play, you know what? Let's play a track now. Let's do Fire in the Hole. This was your first, well, I guess we should recap it a little bit. Pam grew up in Houston, born in Pittsburgh, grew up in Houston, moved to North Carolina, said, you know what? I'm going to sell Tupperware. I'm going to sell real estate. I'm going to do anything but music, and took a little break and then realized I got to be doing music because I suck at selling Tupperware. No, she's probably really good at it.
Well, Dad, I never remember any Tupperware, but something.
Professional dog walking. She just wanted to keep all the dogs.
That would have been more like me, yeah.
But then she got a bunch of people together, musicians, best in the biz, and started recording. And Fire in the Hole was right when you signed with MTS, right? Or am I off?
Uh-huh.
And it was a hit.
I actually released it before then. And then I signed with them, and then we re-released it after we did all the songs in the album. We released it under MTS.
And it was a hit. People loved it. You got all these accolades. You're winning awards. Everybody's digging
the video has won quite a few awards. Yeah, I just won Best Music Video at the Golden Lion Film Festival.
How cool is that? Cool is that? Yeah. It's awesome. That's fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, don't fret. We're going to play it through the magic of television.
Forget the roof, the bartender's crazy, light and 100 proof. Fire in the hole, there's a fire in the hole. Everyone's friendly drinking in here, but how we're getting home isn't quite clear. Fire in the hole, there's a fire in the hole. And everything is best when it's out of control, when there's a fire in the hole. It's the bar down the street, across the tracks. Once the flames are lit, no going back. Fire in the hole, there's a fire in the hole. Perfume of whiskey hanging in the air, cool sticks of music, everybody's there. Fire in the hole, there's a fire in the hole. And everything is best when it's out of control, when there's a fire in the hole. One more round, my friend, set 'em up again, toss the dice and let 'em roll. Turn the music up, we can't get enough, pop the clutch and let it go. We're gonna burn it down, turning up the sound, strike the match and watch it blow. Fire in the hole. Watch them explode, hottest training grounds for down below. Fire in the hole, there's a fire in the hole. Order one more, watch it disappear. 2:30 and we're all still here. Fire in the hole, there's a fire in the hole. And everything is best when it's out of control, when there's a fire in the hole. One more round, my friends, set 'em up again, toss the dice and let it roll. Turn the music up, we can't get enough, pop the clutch and let it go. We're gonna burn it down, turn it up the sound, strike the match and watch it blow. Fire in the hole.
we're back. Amazing. Amazing. I love it. I know. It's fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, we've already talked about a little bit about that. It's a great track. It's a great video. It's a fun video. Of course, that video was fun to shoot, I imagine.
It was a lot of fun.
Nice. Nice. Now, folks, before we talked about that, I was leading into, you have a couple of shows coming up I wanted to mention. You've got the Code for Change benefit concert coming up in a couple days. In a couple days on the 31st, right?
Actually, that just got canceled.
Oh,
I had to reschedule it. Something happened. Yeah, no, it's all right because we just found out. Yes, something happened. I'm not sure what, but they have to reschedule it. Something with the venue.
Gotcha.
No, but so
that happens. That
postponed.
happens, folks. Yep. Pam will be home that night, watching YouTube videos, catching up on Charlotte Dubrow or Broy. I can never say her name.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, my ass will be on the couch watching TV, drinking a beer.
It won't. It won't. That's 4 days away.
It will. Yeah.
She'll schedule something. That phone will ring, and okay, I'll drive 14
I got a
hours.
show Friday night, so now I have Saturday off, but I have a show Friday night.
No, okay.
And I don't know. I've got a couple. I've got some festivals coming up. I'm going to be in Nashville again, and then I come back and I leave for another festival, South Carolina. So got all kinds of things going
Well, that's
on.
awesome. And see, and that's what I'm saying, folks. She's always consistently doing stuff, man. Doing stuff. And it's fantastic. I cannot help personally but be inspired by that because I got to tell you, I just got over, I was sick for a couple of days and I am on the mend. Don't worry, everybody. I think I annoyed a bunch of my Facebook people because I made a post about it. And the first thing I said is I said, I'm not looking for Facebook medical advice. Just letting everybody know why the blog was late this morning. I was feeling sick. Nobody liked that post. Because normally, the thing is, you post something, I got some scratching in my throat and everybody's posting on there, at least on my feeds. Well, you might have lupus or that maybe Legionnaire's disease or is your arm falling off yet? No, I got a sore throat. They mean well, but yeah, that happens a lot on there. Anyhow, I don't know if you're this way. You're probably not. You're a woman and awesome and everything. I am not. When I get feeling under the weather, it is hard to do anything. There were 2 days. No painting got done. No shows. Just happy to crawl out of bed. I thought I was winning. Mentioning, well, maybe we should go to the hospital. If you're really that sick, I started healing up pretty quick and hopped out of bed. No, I'm good. Good. All set. Ready to go. Give me that paintbrush. Give me that mic. Yeah, but you do stuff every day. Every day. You've got it going and the plates are in the air.
Yes.
Have you always been that way?
Yeah, I'm a pretty energetic person, so I just stay busy. It's just me.
I got you. Now, let me ask you this. Your wife, she that way? Or do you drive her nuts?
Not as much.
I gotcha.
She loves to work. I call her a medical research scientist. She teaches pharmaceutical medicine, something, and she really enjoys what she does. Hold on a second. Thought I turned that down. She loves to work. She loves what she does, and she likes to go for walks. But she also likes to watch TV.
I got
or she does yoga and stuff like that. She's not as energetic with me, and that's probably a good thing. You need that balance.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of balance each other out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There have been many, they're not arguments. They haven't risen to the level of an argument or a disagreement or anything like that. But this is a conversation I've had with my wife many times. She says, Jamie, you're at an 8. I need you at about a 4 right now. So settle it down. Yeah, no, and that happened. This happened so many times I don't take offense. I'm like, oh, rather I course correct. Also, Jamie, I need 15 minutes. And she has a whole room that she goes into and watches TikToks or talks to her friend or girlfriends and stuff where she just needs a break from everything. And I don't see anything wrong with that. There's many times I need that and I go out in the garden or go find some project or
Kind of like that. We need our time. I mean, I go running and lift weights or whatever. I do that every day. And she likes her yoga and stuff like that. And so we both like our little alone time and have that.
Do you two have the gym room in your place where the weights are set up? The yoga
I have
mats
the garage kind of made up by gym.
Nice.
I've got a weight set and everything in the gym. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Get the bag in there.
No.
Yep.
Nice. Folks, if you're athletic, and I suggest doing that because that's a really cool thing. Whatever your passion is, whatever calms you down, set that up, man, and do it. Life goes much more swimmingly. Next track we're going to play is No One Around. Now, this was the first single that I realized of yours. It was the first single when you were on the show for the first time. And I love this. Right. Yeah, I love this track. I love the video about it.
It's still my favorite song on the record.
Yeah,
the way it turned out. People ask me what's your favorite one. This is my favorite song on the record. Yeah.
I gotcha. No, Pam, you're much younger than I am. I'm an old man now. I wanted to ask you this because last time I was listening to this song, I was trying. There were first loves. There were a few gals that, man, just were dynamite on a Saturday night to my 12-year-old mind. And no, folks, they were on MTV. Although Prince's Wendy and Lisa, whoa, they were pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. They kind of led me astray, though, Pam. I got to be honest. I came away from the 80s after watching them for many years, thinking all women that are in that particular vein of sexuality and whatnot, all dressed like that. I didn't, and maybe they do, but not at the bars I was hanging out at. They didn't have Prince telling them what to wear or stealing his clothes.
Yeah, I think Prince might have been behind that a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. Well, anyhow, so I was thinking about these young gals in my life. And when it ended, it was so just the emotion. Oh, it was terrible. Terrible. Nobody had ever felt like that. However, I'm to the age where I could see their faces and when I ran the program into my brain, couldn't remember their names. Mm-hmm. It's been a long time. Got a lot of martinis in there. Now, when you wrote that, was there someone in mind from your cool youth or whatnot? And does she know?
Honestly, when I wrote the song, I was in Houston and I'd been walking around Bayou with my girlfriend and went home and I just started practicing. I wanted to write a song. It really just came to me. It honestly wasn't about anyone in particular. Honestly, I just started seeing the images. I guess when I was kind of getting dark, we were walking around the bayou. So I just kind of started seeing those images. Unfortunately, when we made the video, it was February and very cold. So it didn't capture with the images I had in my mind. But to me, it was just really a song about two teenagers secretly meeting because they weren't allowed to be together. And that could have been same sex. That could have been a black and white, someone from, the wrong side of the track, dating that other person. Yeah. Could have fitted any of that.
I was that guy. There was a time and I was not a good kid, Pam. I was not a good kid. There was a time in my life my father had bought me a motorcycle, like an actual, not a moped, but a motorcycle. I remember being 14 and there was a Catholic girls' school down the way and pulling up in front of that thing and yay, who's mad at dad? See my spiked leather jacket? Had a lot of gals that way. That's more advice, youngsters.
Dang it works. Come on.
You don't got to get the motorcycle. They're dangerous as hell. Don't do that. But definitely get the leather jacket. Getting a leather jacket for a young man or girl, woman, will change your life psychologically. There's something to it. Anyhow, well, it's a great song. It's a great track, great video. Let's play the track right now.
See your face through the trees. I remember I loved you following me. Yeah, me. I waited in the shadows for you to come along. We ran till the evening sun had gone.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I know. We're zipping through this, Pam. We're zipping through this. I'm looking at the timer. I'm like, man, we're making great time. But the thing is, what you have to remember is once I add all these tracks and videos and stuff in here, that just,
takes up the time.
Yeah, fills it up. Those seconds that you were talking about. One of the great things, when you first came on, and I think it was when we were recording, it might have been before we were. No, I think it was. You had said about your latest Doublewide, a fantastic statement that struck me. And you said, this track's about the excitement of first love, first falling for someone. And I don't think there's a human being on the planet that hasn't experienced that. That's a powerful...
it's whether you've been in love before or not, it's that overzealous feelings, those overzealous emotions that go through you where, that the person's all you think about and all you want to do is be with them, and that you're where everything's just beer and roses kind of in a relationship.
Absolutely. Though, and folks, you have to remember when you're taking that narcotic, that dopamine, that rush of emotion, sometimes it can lead you astray a little bit. I dated women were terrible. I didn't know it at the time, but when things ended, all of my friends and family were like, I dated a gal one time, and I remember telling my parents and my stepmother, we were at a restaurant sitting in a booth, and my stepmother popped up and danced a jig when she heard we had broke up. She danced a jig. I'd never seen that before. I'm like, bad was she? And then I started thinking, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of.
Oh, she was pretty bad. Yeah, I've got a couple I look back and go, was I like perpetually drunk? But at that age, what was I thinking? I mean, I actually liked that person. Oh my God.
Exactly. Well, I used to have my gallery in San Diego.
There some silly things along the way.
Oh, and I had all these young kids that worked for me at the gallery, and they were all cool. Everybody wore all black turtlenecks and gallery. And they were all young. Man, were they young. And they were young and dumb, some of them. Learning, they weren't dumb. They were learning life lessons. Never give your boyfriend your ATM PIN number. Are you insane? You explain to one gal one time while co-signing her guy she'd been messing around with bail was a bad idea. I'm like, do you think he's going to show up to court? Because if he doesn't, you're on the hook. Realize that when you sign that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just young people. And I was no different. Folks, I do not want to give the impression that when I was young, I was just trading stocks and making all kinds of making moves. Yeah, that took wisdom. Nobody's wise out of the gate. Let me just put it that way. Those are hard-earned lessons sometimes. Very true. No, Pam, but you guys are doing great. You guys, now let me ask you this. Is it to a point now where she goes to every show, your wife? Is she always there, or is
No,
it
it's
like...
the point now to where she doesn't go to that many at all.
I gotcha.
I've seen you. I've got work to do. She comes out every once in a while, but like I have a show Friday night. I'm betting she's not there, but she shows up once in a while.
Oh, well, I mean, and the reason I bring that up and ask that question, ladies and gentlemen, is there's some young singer in a band somewhere out there watching this video or whatnot. That happens, especially when you play 4 nights a week or something consistently. When you play it all the time, that happens. And especially if they have a job or something and you got to go to Nashville, you got to drive 5. You can't, if you're driving 5 hours to play somewhere, don't expect unless you're Dave Matthews or the Grateful Dead or something, your core audience probably won't follow you. They might.
No. I think the Dead's the only one who has an audience like that, to be honest with you. I think they were the only ones that had a caravan that literally just followed them.
Absolutely. Maybe Taylor Swift, I'm sure. Probably not. She probably just has organic fans in every market, which, hey, kudos for her. Anyhow, no, I was looking at one of the things I really like is I was looking at your shirts. These are good quality shirts. Price point's fantastic. And these are, you folks, you can find these t-shirts at pamrossmusic.com. These are great. Very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's smart too. Some of these have lyrics, highlighting different lyrics from songs. Brilliant idea. Another lesson, folks, if you're in a band or a singer or something, have a merch table or at least a QR code that somebody can scan with their phone and get to that. Merch sales are great, especially when you make the big pile from all of your millions and billions of dollars, your Scrooge McDuck money, and you make the big pile of merch sales next to streaming sales. It's all money, but one's going to be a little taller, is all I'm saying. Videos ain't cheap. It ain't. Nope. Anyhow, the last track we're going to play, Pam, is In Your Smile, another fantastic track. Tell us a little bit about this one.
I think I wrote the first verse and I got to the chorus and I wasn't sure what to do. So I kind of got up, was walking around the house and next to the kitchen, there's a picture of Elisa and I. I think, one of our first dates,
Okay.
way back when we first started going out. And we were smiling. So I was like, oh, that'll work. So I went and I wrote the chorus and then the rest of the song.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I imagine a lot of your music has little hints and nods of appreciation and whatnot to your awesome wife.
Oh, yes.
We watched our footprints fade into the wet sand. You were laughing at my jokes when I took your hand. There in our first kiss, I knew someday I'd tell you this. I'm envisioning you and me, and I'm loving everything I see. I found my future right there in your smile. It's more than just here and now, lasting longer than a little while. I found my future right there in your smile, right there in your smile. I see us down the road sharing laughter. You're the sunset colored dream I've been after. There's more than just today in the promise that I made. I'm envisioning you and me, and I'm loving everything I see. I found my future right there in your smile. It's more than just here and now, lasting longer than a little while. I found my future right there in your smile, right there in your smile. Life goes by so fast, but we can make it last. I'm envisioning you and me, and I'm loving everything I see. I found my future right there in your smile. It's more than just here and now, lasting longer than a little while. I found my future right there in your smile, right there in your smile. Right there in your smile, right there in your smile. Lasting
That's cool. Now, has Bonsai Stinger been in and inspiring in any of the tracks? Is she in some of these as well?
I think I did write a song about her. I can't remember it. I mean, it wasn't like a song I'd play out, but I think I did write a song about her.
I often sing to my dog. People probably, and I do not have a good singing voice. People, when I sing, other frogs in the neighborhood probably start coming to our house and stuff. It's terrible. But yeah, there's a few staples. My dog's name's Mei Ling, and the 80s song "Come On Eileen" gets changed to "Come On Mei Ling" quite a bit. And I think to her, she
Not
probably
well.
thinks every song has her name in it because that happens quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
It's amazing. Oh, pet ownership is fantastic. I tell people all the time, your life changes when you have a dog. I know people always say that about children, and I'm not putting down at all. I don't have experience in that, so I can't understand it. All I do have experience in is owning pets, and it's just cool to see their little personalities and stuff. And Just awesome. Just fantastic. I was, like I said, I've been feeling under the weather. I was laying on the sofa last night. My wife needed to type something up in Word. So she's in the workshop here on my computer doing her work stuff. And I was in the other room, and Mei Ling came in there and was just laying right next to me on the sofa there, making sure I was okay. Yeah. It's real nice when somebody cares. My wife does, don't get me wrong, but it's real nice when Mei Ling does. My wife's job. Yes, too. She got that ring on. Anyway, we're falling into the autumn season, the fall season, very busy season for wineries, fancy beer places and whatnot. I forget what they call them, those independent beers, IPAs or something, I think. How's the lay of the land look for Pam Ross? A lot of stuff coming up.
I
Going to
guess
be a
pretty good. I
busy
have to go look at
season.
my schedule. I added 2 shows today.
Oh, wow.
So going well. Always room for
Fantastic.
more. But
Well, I
added a
really
couple shows
appreciate it.
today.
I really appreciate it. You coming on the show and whatnot. Like I said, I got the email about Doublewide from Mike and the gang over at MTS, and I watched the video. I get name recognition. Pam's got a new single out. Let me check it out. So I did. And I'm like,
I was nervous people wouldn't get my sense of humor. I was like,
Oh.
man, I hope this works. I hope people get my sense of humor. I was sweating it. Honestly, I was.
no, I hear you, and I understand too. It's no matter what you're doing, folks, creatively. If any creative people out there, their big goal is to make that connection with whatever it is they're doing. If they're making the world's best muffins or something, they're hoping people dig it.
Yeah.
And 7 billion, 8 billion people, whatever it is on the planet. And we all hope that somebody's out there got to, but the thing is getting your art or your music to those people. So it's amazing. It's amazing. And people are, I mean, I don't think you cannot wake up and not write a banger track. You've got to have it down now. Your stuff doesn't sound formulaic, which is amazing. Everything sounds original, fresh.
Well, I listen to a lot of different styles of music, so that just kind of comes out when I'm writing.
Fantastic. Well, very cool. Well, thank you so much. Now, this will be dropping. Normally, we do a week. We're not doing that this time, folks. We're not doing that this time. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. I got to record some other people and whatnot. This will be dropping in a couple days. So, through the magic of television.
Send me the link so I can put it out there.
I will. Here we are, actually a couple of days later, and it's live now. It's amazing. Words. I feel like a time traveler. We will. We'll be blasting it everywhere. And you're always so inspiring and so cool. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to jazz the place up around. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me on again. I always love hanging out with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you, folks, for watching and listening and all of that. Thank you.
This has been pop art painter Jamie Roxx's Pop Roxx Radio Talk Show. It has been executive produced by Jamie Roxx, recorded at his studio in Deerfield Beach in South Florida. All rights reserved by Pop Roxx Limited. Hannah Oli, Pop Roxx Radio. Estás escuchando Jamie Roxx de Pop Roxx Radio. Manténganse al tanto.
Hej, det här är Hicks från Sverige och ni lyssnar till Pop Roxx Radio med Jamie Roxx.